Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing the same as I usually do, running through each star sign, like I usually do with the full moon, but this one's an exciting one. We've got Scorpio full moon, coming in full pelt on the 5th, so the 5th of the 5th, so tomorrow, UK, yeah, I'm not right there. I keep losing my days this week. So I'm going to be starting with Scorpio first. It is a lunar eclipse. Pluto is in retrograde and we're also in Mercury retrograde. But the main energy of it all is letting go. The Scorpio full moon is majestic and it is about letting go of like the culminations of cycles, you know, that we've kind of not completed. The lunar eclipse actually is encouraging us to release cycles that aren't completed. We know that Mercury retrograde can bring issues back from the past, people back from the past, that type of thing. So it's like the perfect time for it all to come up to the surface to be released. Or with Pluto in retrograde, it kind of, I get with Pluto in retrograde, a lot of people get scared, but I always feel like it's here till October, and I always feel like feel the fear and do it anyway. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And sometimes there is a fear of letting go. So I am starting with my Scorpios. So just let me take a note because I'm going to time mark these. So I'm going to do a Celtic for this moon. How are you starting? Oh, the feminine energy. So whether you're a masculine or a feminine, this Scorpio full moon is dealing with your emotions and your intuition and places where you've not like listened to your intuition. That's the feminine part of us. We all have the feminine and the masculine parts of us. It's about coming into your feminine. It's about opening that intuition, that healing part of us. And Scorpio is a massive healer. It's transcendent. It's transformational. It's depth. It's beginnings, you know. So what's challenging my Scorpios? Yep. Disharmony, triggers, conflict. So this could be conflict with other people. It could be past conflict, past triggers that are coming up, you know. But again, it's about using that intuition and knowing like how to deal with those triggers. So yeah, triggers are going to be bringing themselves up, Scorpio. Why is it coming around now? Because you've been avoiding things. So we've got avoidance and we've got a stalemate. What are you avoiding? Who are you avoiding? What part of your healing are you avoiding? It's time to stop doing that now. It's to use all this retrograde energy and the full moon energy to go full force in. Yeah, in the past, we've been closed off to something, guarded, resistant. You know, you've kind of like closed off to something. You've guarded yourself from it. Now's the time to, again, feel that fear and do it anyway. We've got autumn. We've got harvest in autumn. So you're planting the seeds now in order to be able to harvest something in autumn. Remember, Pluto is in retrograde until October. So you are working on that timeline. And just as I say that, you get the Pluto card. We've got Pluto and transformation. So Scorpio, from now until October, you're going to be doing a lot of work on past triggers, you know, past conflicts, whether that be external or internal. Your power, oh, we've got the twin flames card. So when I say twin flames, I don't like using the word twin flames, as everyone knows. So it's like soulmates, it's people around you, it's good people. So it could be like in love life, you know, that type of thing. But your power is, there is somebody out there that is kind of working on the same kind of cycle. So if you've been single for a long time, maybe it's about like kind of healing. They're probably doing the same type of work. You're going forward in order to meet outside influencers. We've got isolated thoughts. So there's definitely some kind of you know, this closed off and guarded thing. There's a need to have these conversations. There's a need to allow certain things to come to the surface and for you to just speak them, Scorpio. In your hopes and your fears, we've got action. Action takes courage. You know, we've got beginnings. And you want the beginnings. You want this over and done with. Your outcome is change. And again, change takes courage. You're leaving the baggage behind. I actually love it. Advice for my Scorpios throughout this Scorpio moon. We've got separation and facade. This moon is giving you the energy and the power to separate yourself from other people's beliefs, from other people who wear false masks, that type of thing. It's to go up against it. You're seeing the truth of situations, and this moon is a very powerful one because it's kind of stripping everything back. And even this could be yourself, separating yourself from ego, you know, looking in the mirror and seeing who you truly are and what is truly triggering you. So it's definitely a powerful one for you, Scorpio, and I actually love it. So, and I'll be back, I'm starting the May Generals tomorrow, so there'll be a lot deeper, and I'm actually doing them on full moon as well, so, okay, bye. Hey my Libras, so we're here to do the Scorpio full moon reading. These will be short because I'm doing the generals, I'm starting them tomorrow, but I wanted to get these done because you've got so much going on. We've got the Scorpio full moon, which is all about like kind of releasing. It's majestic, it's magical, but it's about believing in your own magic again. It's also about releasing old cycles that we've kind of culminated up within us and freeing ourselves from things. It's also on a lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse kind of encourages you to release cycles, you know, to let go of emotional attachments and, you know, things that you've been like emotionally attached to, people, places, situations, objects, you know, that type of thing. We do have Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde does have this like certain energy or bringing things back from the past, whether that be triggers, people, situations, memories. So it's a good time for it all to be coming in. And then we've got this Pluto energy, and when Pluto's in retrograde, it's in retrograde until October, and I always get this kind of like feel the fear but do it anyway, you know, when we're in Pluto, which I do like. So Libra. So at present, we have got the closed off, guarded and resistant energy. So you are feeling a bit closed off, like maybe keeping things to yourself. Maybe you're wanting to, maybe you're feeling like you have to feel guarded against certain people or, you know, situations. What's crossing that energy is, yeah, control tactics. So you're kind of guarding yourself. The challenge is control tactics. So there has been certain people or situations that I've had control over you, and it's like for too long now. It's time to release that. So it's time to, like, maybe you've been closed off to actually seeing those control tactics, and now it's like eye-opening. You're starting to see it, where the manipulation has been, or, you know, you can't control your whole life. We have no control over our own life. So, why is it coming round now? We've got self-care, Libra. So, over this period with the Scorpio full moon, it's about self-care and doing what's best for you. You know, your energy, feeding your energy. So, it's about treating yourself. So, make sure you're looking after yourself rather than anybody else. Don't be manipulated into, like, you know, allowing other people to drain your energy. Yeah, in the past, we've got toxicity, bound, and patterns. So these are the patterns that you're being asked to release now. Any toxic patterns, any things that you kind of felt bound to, chained to, you know, it's that breakthrough moment. That's the magic of the Scorpio moon. All like this. So at present, yeah, the rose tinted glasses are coming off. So you're still like in the middle of seeing, you know, these illusions, confusion, that type of thing, but you're seeing it. You're seeing it for what it is. You've also got the alchemy card, which is magic, but it's also your spirit guides, it's ancestral guides. So your spirit guides are around you and they're helping you. They're showing you where this manipulation has been taking place, or who you've been like being controlled off, what situations are controlling you. Take it as it resonates. Could be a person, could be a thing. Maybe your finances have been controlling you. Going forward, you get some kind of clarity. The third eye opens. You see the bigger picture of why things have had to happen. And like maybe like kind of looking back towards the past and being able to thank those situations for happening. Your power in this situation is to separate. It's to separate yourself, especially from anybody who feels like they've got any type of control. You know, it's to kind of bring yourself back together, away from that. It's to separate yourself from anything negative. The outside influence to that, yeah, we've got action, we've got beginnings, you know, and I feel like cutting certain things out is going to allow new beginnings to come in. That's the outside influence. You've got action, courage, but it's like you've been dampened, diluted by certain situations. In your hopes and your fears, we've got family, home and commitments. you know, and that's what you want. You want that, a commitment, or you want like the peace, you want the happy family type energy. You also want a union. That's come out in your hope as well. So, and again, maybe you are already in a union. Maybe this could be within people around you, negative people. You know, it's about being in union, integration. It could be new friendship cycles, you know, that type of thing. Circles, I meant. Well, yeah, circles. See, your outcome is you're dealing with the past, the lack, any suffering. So, yeah, you could be on an emotional roller coaster for the next couple of weeks. You may feel like you're detaching, but I think that's a good thing, because I think that you're going to be detaching from certain people. We've got the unexpected storm. I feel like you are the storm. You are the one that's going to be like kind of clearing it. You know, it's like that calm after the storm. Yeah, because then you've got the awakening. You're remembering who you are. Away from these control, you know, whatever it is that's controlling you. You're going through your awakening with this Scorpio full moon. And this energy is going to be with you until October, because we're in Pluto retrograde now as well. But use this Scorpio full moon now to be majestic, and remember that you've got your own magic and you don't have to rely on other people. So I love that. Okay, bye. Hey, my Virgos. So exciting times. You know, we are in Mercury retrograde. Mercury is your ruling planet. We've got the Scorpio full moon tomorrow on the 5th of the 5th in the UK. Which is also a lunar eclipse, and it's all got this message of releasing and letting go. It's majestic, and it's about bringing your own power back and remembering how powerful that you truly are. The Scorpio full moon, it's about letting go. With the lunar eclipse, it's encouraging us to like kind of let go of things, cycles and emotions that we've kind of culminated over the time, over that time period. Mercury retrograde does have a thing of bringing things back from the past, whether it be people, memories, issues, that type of thing. So it is the best time to kind of go up against it. Pluto's in retrograde now as well. It went in retrograde on the 1st of May, and we come out of retrograde in October. So between now and October is big, you know. And Pluto, when Pluto's in retrograde, I always get this energy of feel the fear, but do it anyway. So don't be scared of going up against things, and don't be scared of releasing things and speaking your truth. So for my Virgos, for this full moon. So Libra just started off with this. Feeling closed off, feeling guarded, feeling resistance. You know, so it could be resistance in yourself, or resistance from another person or an outside influence. It feels like you're on guard at the moment. You know, maybe you're isolating yourself, or you're feeling closed off, like emotionally, because, you know, the Scorpio full moon is majestic. It is about emotions and the hidden, you know, that type of thing. What's crossing that, your challenge is to stop the regret. Certain things. There's certain things that are like kind of pulling you into regression, pulling you back into the past, because you also got another challenge, which is that epiphany, that breakthrough moment. And I feel like there's certain things that you've been holding on to in some form of regrets, where this epiphany moment has got to happen. Like you realize that you shouldn't regret it, or you forgive yourself, or forgive the other party, or forgive the, you know, the cycle. It's an aspect of your learning. So why is this coming around now for my Virgos? Because being present right now, in this very moment, not being in the past, not being in the future, being present in this very moment with the Scorpio full moon will bring you abundance and gratitude. So for the next, like say, 7 days, I want you to thank the universe at least 3 times a day for certain things that have come into your life. You know, be present, even if it's the next 15 minutes. You work 15 minutes, and then the next 15 minutes, then the next 15 minutes, you know, because the seeds that you're planting now will harvest in autumn. So this Scorpio full moon is very strong for yourselves. See, in the past, we did have, you know, some form of empowerment. We've got the sun, we've got strength, we've got empowerment. You started to empower yourself, but then something's kind of happened, and it's triggered something from the past, some kind of regret, and that's being brought up with this Scorpio full moon. So at present, yeah, you're going through the shadow side, but the moon has brought this up, the dark night. So there may be like periods of feeling like depressed, down, that, you know, the dark night of the soul is a spiritual period of desolation. That's a necessity in your aspects of awakening, in your journey of your awakening. You're planting the seeds now. So in spring, We're in spring right now, but in spring you are planting the seeds. Don't forget, in autumn you are harvesting. Going forward, so you're planting seeds with this moon. Ooh. Going forward, we've got integration and union, whether that's with a partner, whether that's with other people. You know, you're coming out of isolation, you're integrating again, but with better people, you know. So if this is in regards to love and stuff like that, it's like doing the work, releasing the past. So you've got better unions coming in the future. Your power, we've got apology and forgiveness. And I feel like, yeah, Mercury retrograde can bring people back around. You may have apologies and things like that coming in. But I feel like you've got to apologise to yourself and forgive yourself for keep going back into this period of regret. Thank you. Be kinder to yourself, Virgos. The outside influence, we've got the twin flames card. I don't like saying twin flames, but it does look like we're going towards love. The outside influence is there's someone out there that's doing the same work as you. It's time to come into union. So I'm going to say soulmates or a sacred union. I think twin flames can give people like excuses for bad behaviour, to be honest. In your hopes and your fears, we've got the masculine. You know, so that might be what you need. You know, you may be wanting a masculine. Maybe you're a feminine watching this and you're really wanting a masculine. Also, we have that balance between the feminine and the masculine. The feminine is our intuition, it's the love, the healing. If this is a fear on that sense, it's about maybe you've had to look after yourself too much. Maybe you've had to continuously be in that masculine energy. With life as it is at the moment, it's hard, especially if you're a single woman, trying to be in your feminine because you've still got to do all the masculine parts. So, you know, it is that kind of... I do feel like there's going to be clarity on that, though. When I can pick them up because of my cards. Yeah, see, clarifying that, we've got guilt and self-sabotage. So you're self-sabotaging your own thoughts in your head. There's been toxic cycles, you know, patterns that you've been bound to. Maybe you've kind of been keep going round in these cycles. It's toxic patterns and we kind of do get pulled back until we learn the lesson. And I feel like now is time that you all learn the lesson because you're sowing them seeds in order to harvest. And then you come out as your energy, the Ace of Earth, safe, secure, you know, whether it's finances, whether it's love, whatever it is, you come back to you, especially in the autumn months. Look, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, you've got the Ace of Earth, it's security. So yeah, you are going to be going through a lot of internal battles at the moment, but you're releasing it. The seeds are being sown for your awakening in harvest. In autumn, you are going to be harvesting something great. So, much love to you. Bye. Hey, my beautiful Leos. So, I'm here to do the Scorpio full moon for yourselves. And again, the Scorpio full moon is all about releasing. It's about letting go. It's the majestic. It's the magical. It's about believing in your own magic again. It is the lunar eclipse as well. And the lunar eclipse kind of encourages us to release the culminations of emotional baggage and things like that are blocking us from, you know, our higher interest, our higher good, our higher self, the things that we've been carrying for so long. So it is, again, it's all like a massive release energy. This is happening in Mercury retrograde as well. Mercury retrograde does have that thing about bringing issues back from the past, memories, people, situations, that type of thing. So maybe it is the best time to kind of go up against the past, or, you know, to look at what's triggering you and release it. This is also happening in Pluto retrograde. We went retrograde with Pluto on the 1st of May, and it is with us. I think it's till the 10th of October. And a lot of people get a bit nervous around Pluto retrograde, but I always see it as feel the fear and do it anyway. So I'm going to jump straight in with Leo's reading for the Scorpio full moon. The main energy is in autumn, so around Pluto, when we come out of the retrograde with Pluto, you will be harvesting something. So the energy that you put in now, something will come into fruition. What's crossing that? What's the challenge for my Leos right now? Distance, retreat, time out. You know, so Leos, there's a need to create distance between something, between someone, you know, maybe retreat, maybe you want to go to a retreat, just some time out of things that are going on around you. Take it as it resonates. It's a general reading for the collective. You'll know what you need to distance yourself from. You'll know what you need to retreat from. Why is it coming around? we've got reflection, but we've also got projection, and then we've got deception and temptation. And there's this like constant temptation of kind of maybe other people have been projecting their issues. 1 second, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, so maybe like in the past you've projected your issues onto other people, or they've projected it onto you. You're not seeing what other people see, or you know, I feel like there's mirror work needed, you know, looking in the mirror, telling yourself what you see, but in a positive sense. We've also got this deception and temptation. So Leo, there's like a temptation to kind of retreat to the past, to go back into cycles. So someone could have come in from the past, you know, that type of thing, and there's some kind of temptation there. It's like you're resisting your own temptations, because your challenge is to distance yourself and retreat. You know, it's to take a time out and think about what you're doing right now, Leo. So there could have been some self-deception, or someone who was deceptive in the past. It's past temptations as well coming round, just to see if you've learnt your lesson. Yeah, because in the past, in the recent past, we're dealing with memories and nostalgia. So you will be finding yourself floating around in your own head, thinking about the past, nostalgia. Are you remembering something better than it actually was, though? You know? I feel like yours is memories and thoughts. At present, we've got the feminine. So Leo, it's like coming into power with your feminine energy. Even if you're a masculine watching this, we all have that feminine and masculine energy. The feminine, though, is about healing. It's about intuition. It's about love. Sorry, Zeus wants to be on camera with his tail. It's about love. It's coming into your feminine. It's using your third eye to see the bigger picture of things. Let me just move Fatty. So your feminine is coming in, which is really good, because with the Scorpio full moon, it is about emotions. So you need that feminine energy, because the masculine kind of masks emotions until they come into alignment. Going forward, we do have Venus, which is offers. So if this is in regards to love, Leo, it could be like to kind of stay away from past, stay away from past patterns, that type of thing. But learning to love yourself, maybe check where your Venus placement is. You know, there could be a message in your Venus placement. But I do feel like you'll be ready for something. That, you know, maybe that's what you're harvesting. You know, he holds the rose in his hand. It's blooming. There's something blooming from it. And it's that feminine energy. Your power now is to release any control tactics. It's to release anyone who's got control tactics over you from the past. It's to release that the feeling of needing to be in control of your own life and kind of letting things flow, Leo. The outside influence to that is transcendence and unity. And to me, this is coming into yourself. You know, you could find that there's new people coming into your life. You know, it's transcendent. You can be totally like transparent with them people. You can be who you truly are. But then again, there's this like temptation to kind of retreat back to old ways. In your hopes and your fears, we've got nurture and compassion, and I feel like that's all you want. You know, it's like you want to feel nurtured, you want to feel like compassion, you want someone else to feel compassionate towards you. Maybe that's where this fear, you know, this temptation is to go back to where something maybe was compassionate at one point. I feel like you're changing your beliefs, especially in your emotional sense. Maybe you're realising what love actually is with the Venus coming out there, and love for yourself as well. Because your outcome is taking the action and having the courage to take the action, because there's a new beginning coming in. You know, I absolutely love that. This is you going up against yourself, Leo, with this Scorpio full moon, and being able to release those old patterns. But it looks like it's all about self-love and love for other people, and being compassionate to yourself and compassionate to other people, and nurturing things, nurturing people, nurturing yourself. So yeah, I love it. Okay, see you tomorrow for your generals. Bye. Hey Cancer, so we're here for your Scorpio full moon reading. And again, the main energy of the Scorpio full moon is letting go. It's happening with a lunar eclipse as well. And the lunar eclipse encourages us to release anything that we've culminated, as in baggage, emotional baggage, you know, that type of thing. The Scorpio full moon is majestic. It's about bringing back the magic into your life. It's the death energy. It's that transformation energy. We've got to have endings in order to have new beginnings. It's also happening in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde does have a thing about bringing people back from the past, or issues, memories, you know, that type of thing, things that we haven't dealt with. So it is actually, you can use it as a power. And it's also happening in Pluto retrograde. We went into Pluto retrograde, Pluto went into retrograde, should I say, on the 1st of May until I think it's the 10th of October. So whatever you're sowing now, it's going towards that time, but it's about using this Scorpio full moon to your full potential right now and bringing that magic back in your life and digging deep and going into the darker areas, because the Scorpio energy gives us that power to do that, you know, to delve into them emotional areas. And the words I feel with Pluto being in retrograde, and some astrologists and things like that are a bit, you know, it can be a bit scary, Pluto retrograde, but I always say feel the fear and do it anyway. So for my Cancerians, we've got deception and temptation. That's the main energy now. Where are you deceiving yourself? Where are you tempted to go back to? Are you dealing with past temptations? It is the devil card. It is a negative. Do you know what I mean? Emotionally, it may feel like you're drowning inside. Crying is a power. I've been telling every man at the minute to watch The Shack, the film The Shack, and they're all saying, oh my God, I cried. Crying is a power. What we hold within, you know, it poisons us, no one else. You've got to let those tears out. Yeah, because your challenge is to remember who you are. I like it, Cancer. We were only 2 cards in, and it's like, I do feel like you're seeing through deceptions, but you're also kind of looking towards where you're still deceiving yourself. Your challenge is to remember who you are. You are going through your awakening. It's to wake up and smell the coffee and see what is truly going on. Why is this coming around for my Cancerians? We've got limitations and fears. You're limiting yourself in some way. Why? Because of some sort of fear. But again, Pluto in retrograde, feel the fear and do it anyway. Don't set limits on yourself, whether it be your age or your academic achievements, or do you know what I mean? Don't set limitations. Get rid of limitations or people that kind of limit you. In the recent past, yeah, we have had this moon energy with the shadow side, the dark night. So you may have felt like you've gone through the dark night of the soul. You know, it's time to come through that awakening now. You're seeing through the deception. So this moon energy, yeah, it may bring aspects back from that time where you felt like, you know, you could have felt depressed, anxious, frustrated, tired, you know. The dark night of the soul, it's a spiritual necessity on your journey of awakening, you know, and you are on that journey of awakening. So at present, for my Cancerians, we have reunion and soul ties. So it could be about people from the past, but the soul ties are about being around other people. So it could be soul tribe, soul family, a soul mate. And we've got divine timing. Trust in divine timing. So maybe something's not happening as quick as you really want it to. Trusting everything comes at the right time. If something's coming in now and you're limiting yourself, you've got to trust that this is your time. It's that divine timing. Because you've got this like kind of doubt around yourself, this feeling of lack. You're not seeing something. It's time to take the hood down. You know, divine timing, your angels are asking you to trust. Yeah. See, the past, the confusion is over. We've got memories and nostalgia, and I feel like that is what's coming up. And maybe that's what it is. You don't want to go back round in that. You're not, because the rose-tinted glasses are coming off. You've seen through the confusion and the illusions. You've just got to stop remembering those memories in the sense of a negative and see the positive in them. You're not there anymore. You're not there any longer. Your power in this situation is to complete the cycle. So yeah, we do feel like we're coming out battered and bruised. It is the Scorpio full moon energy. It is letting go, but you're letting go of all them internalized bruising, you know, them things that have bruised our heart, our sacral chakra, our solar plexus. You're ending cycles. That's your power to end any toxic cycles, especially in the mind, Cancer. Outside influence. What's outside? Attraction, Mars energy, hot, fire, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy there. The outside influence is there's new things to, look, it's a fire breather. There's new things to experience rather than being closed off in your own mind. The outside influence is the universe wanting you to experience fire, wanting you to experience new opportunities and things to get excited about. In your hopes and your fears, fulfillment of wishes. You just want to get there. So wherever it is, your destination, it's to get there. That's your want. That's your hope. Oh. Yeah, you're going through an area of self-sabotage or guilt from the past. That is what you're releasing. That is what this moon energy is helping you release in order to fulfill your own wishes. So again, if you do start feeling down, if you do start feeling shitty or crap, you know, we've got thoughts, isolating thoughts. You're going up against your own thoughts, and that's what I've had all the way through this reading. It's the mind. This Scorpio full moon is bringing about that energy for you to kind of digest and let go of old thoughts, old memories, no longer living in nostalgia, and taking that fire energy and moving yourself forward, that fire in your belly that wants to go forward. So yeah, you've got to trust in divine timing. So if it feels hard at the moment, Cancer, trust that this is the right time. It's all happening now for a reason. Divine timing. You're closing that cycle off. So yeah, it could feel a bit tough, Cancer, at a minute, but you're coming out on top. So, bye. Hey, my fellow gems. So we're in the Scorpio full moon energy. The Scorpio full moon energy is about letting go. It has that main energy. It's majestic. It's magic. It gives us that power, that the magic within us to let go of things. It's also a lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse encourages us to let go of things that we've culminated over time, whether that be emotional baggage, probably, yeah, and beliefs and that type of thing, because it's Scorpio. It's all about the magic. It's about it is about the energy, you know. It's a very spiritual full moon. It is happening in Mercury retrograde, which is our Gemini. It's our ruling planet, and Mercury retrograde. My electrics are nuts at the minute. I've got broken TVs and all sorts. I've just given up with electrics for a minute. But it also brings back memories, issues, people. You know, it brings back the past, which is a perfect time now with the Scorpio full moon, because the Scorpio is about death. It's about endings, because we've got to have endings in order to have new beginnings. Then we've got Pluto in retrograde. It went retrograde on the 1st. We come out of that on 10th of October. So Pluto, astrology-wise, people can get scared a little bit of things. I always say with Pluto, when it goes into retrograde, or when it moves anywhere, I always say feel the fear and do it anyway. It gives us that inner power to believe in ourselves. So Gemini, let's have a look what's coming in. Yeah, so we've got the rose tinted, it's time for the rose tinted glasses to come off. Any confusions, any illusions, any lacks, any self-doubt, and I feel like this is internalized. This is like looking in the mirror and, you know, maybe you've been ignoring something for a while. Maybe it's something within yourself, what you're doing, or something that's going on around you. Maybe you've been putting up with something because you felt a lack of something, you know, or you felt a lack of, you know, a lot of self-doubt accumulating. That it's time for the rose-tinted glasses to come off. The Scorpio full moon is kind of pulling them off, whether you like it or not. Your challenge is, yeah, to find your self-worth and what you expect in life and how you expect to be treated and, you know, what you expect from life itself. But you've got to put that work in, especially on your self-worth. So this Scorpio full moon and this lunar eclipse, it's all that emotional baggage that has been put on you from the past, that type of thing. And now it's about working on your self-worth. So we've got to release all that, any nasty words or things that have stayed in our mind from certain situations, but releasing that and coming back into, do you know who I am? The most powerful words that you'll ever use are those two words, I am. What comes after that is up to you. Whether it's I am deserving, you're putting it out to the universe. Whether it's I am in lack, you're putting it out to the universe. So choose wisely. Why is it coming around now for my gems? Yeah, so we've got inner child healing and we've got separation. And I feel like it's time now to integrate the inner child with the adult. It's time to do that mirror work. It's time to do that inner child work. You've separated from the fun Gemini, from the smaller child that needed you when, maybe like imagine yourself as like what, 6, 7, maybe there's an age where I'm talking now and you kind of going back to, put that child on your knee and be that person that child really needed back then. Do you know what I mean? So there's an integration of going back, have some fun. You know, maybe you've been holding yourself back. In the recent past, we do have truth and expression. So you are finding your voice, but maybe, you know, that is adult, you know, finding your voice, speaking your truth. It's like the war paint is on and you're ready to go up against it. You're ready to go up against things. But when you've got things like that going on in life, don't forget to have fun at the same time. Not everything's got to be a battle. Not everything's got to be a war. You've got to have that balance. So at present, yeah, you're still feeling guarded, especially when it comes to vulnerability. So I feel like that's where the expectations and the self-worth is. It's like you're scared of being vulnerable around people. So maybe there's new people coming in, or they've already come in and you're feeling a bit guarded, you're scared of showing your vulnerable side, which makes total sense, you know, because you've gone through this and you've put your war paint on. But now it's time, I feel like it's time to maybe wipe that war paint off and let people see who you truly are. Yeah, I feel like you've been around a lot of projective people where they've projected things onto you, or you've projected certain things onto yourself as well. Again, I'm getting mirror work. You know, it's mirror work, but you've got to go backwards, and it's something to do with childhood or even teenage years or a few years ago. You know, that type of thing, the person who you really needed. It's time to reflect. Yeah, on the past. Anywhere in the past where you felt lack or suffering. So you're really going up against it, Gemini. You are really going up against it. But I want to say it's okay to be vulnerable. You can let your guard down a little bit. You can let the sword lay down a little bit. You know, it's still always going to be there. Your power is to fulfill your own wishes. It's to allow yourself to go the distance. The outside influence is we've got an apology and we've got forgiveness. Whether that's an apology coming in from the outside or the fact that you've got to forgive yourself for staying in this energy, this guarded energy for so long. You know, not everybody deserves to be forgiven, but you deserve to forgive them to release that. So I feel like the Scorpio full moon is about forgiving people or situations from the past in order to free yourself. In your hopes and fears, we've got chemistry and passion. This could be a hope and a fear. Do you know what I mean? It's like you want something fun, but you want chemistry between people, between you and another person, or you want to feel passionate about life again and passionate about yourself and your self-worth and, you know, doing things for yourself. See, the fear is it's stepping out that comfort zone. You've built this comfort zone. This Scorpio full moon is giving you the energy to have the power to step out of that comfort zone and to get rid of whatever it is that you've been clinging on to. And it looks like you've been clinging on to hurt and pain. So with this Scorpio full moon, your outcome is be present. Be present in this moment. Show gratitude, because gratitude brings abundance. Be present in this moment. Be present and deal with the issues that are coming up. Don't try and dilute them. If they come up for a reason, sit there and deal with it. There's also going to be a lot of messages coming through in dreams with this Scorpio full moon energy, and especially with Mercury in retrograde. So watch out for the next 2 weeks. I will be keeping a journal at the side of your bed. There's going to be a lot of things coming up in order to be released, and you could be doing a lot of dream work. So Gemini, I'm going to leave you there. I'll see you tomorrow because I'm going to be doing the generals. Love you lots. Bye. Hey my beautiful Tauruses. Sorry, my incense is going in my face. So my actual moon is in Taurus and my Venus is in Taurus. I've got I'm Taurus stellium. I've got 7 placements in Taurus. So at the moment we are with the Scorpio full moon, which has this big message of letting go. It's also about believing in your magic, and you know, it's Scorpio full moon is majestic, it's magical, it's transformational, it's the death energy, but it's also with death brings new beginnings. You know, we've also got the lunar eclipse, which encourages us to kind of release things that we've culminated over time, you know, memories, hurt, past heartaches, the baggage, the emotional baggage. It's happening in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is well known for bringing things back from the past, whether it be people, triggers, memories, you know, all that. Perfect timing for it all to come up. Just sit with it, deal with it. We're also in Pluto retrograde. It went retrograde on the 1st of May and we'll be in it till the 10th of October. And Pluto retrograde, I always say when I think of Pluto retrograde, I always feel like it's feel the fear and do it anyway. So I'm going to dive straight in for my Tauruses because I really want to get these out today for yourselves, because tomorrow I'm starting the generals for May. So the main energy is integration and union. Taurus, the main energy with this Scorpio full moon is about like kind of letting go of old memories or old people, that type of thing, so you can go into a union or feel integrated within a new circle, or you know, you may have already started integrating inside, you know, into a new circle. I feel like it is part of like transcending. I don't know why, but I feel like birds are going to be really relevant for Tauruses over the next couple of weeks. What's crossing that is family, home and commitments. So your challenge is to kind of deal with any commitments or any challenges that are going on around the home, in regards to family, that type of thing. There could be birthdays coming up, you know, we are in Taurus season. Maybe there's like a challenging birthday or a challenging family event that's coming up with Tauruses, and it is about integrating. Maybe if I want to say, like, some of you, if you get an invite and you don't really want to go, I feel like you've got to push yourself and go. This Scorpio full moon, Taurus, is actually coming out quite good for you. A lot of people are going into the dark. We'll see where we're going though, but you're coming out with sun, strength and empowerment. You know, you've been doing a lot of work, and I feel like it's around home and commitments. What are you committing to? You've got to let go of the past in order to commit to something new. So you are feeling quite empowered. Just be careful, because this Scorpio full moon, make sure you're where you're not. You know, so in the recent past, we have got reunion, we've got soul ties. People could have come back from the past. Be careful, Mercury retrograde, but if they've come back before Mercury retrograde, it could be old friends, you know, that type of thing. It could be soul tribe, soul sisters, soul brothers, and that's a soul tie. You know, it feels familiar, it feels grand, it feels like you've got good people around you at the moment, Taurus. At present, it's self-care. So right now, with this Scorpio full moon, it's about self-care. It's about having them bubble baths. It's about going for a massage. It's about lighting them candles, meditation, taking care of your own energy. So this Scorpio full moon is about bringing in your own magic. So your reading is very positive. You know, I'm not seeing dark, because going forward, you've got your North Node, which is your purpose. It's cosmic. It's having a magical effect on you, is this. So I love it. You're going to your North Node. It's like, I'm not going backwards now. I'm not clinging on to anything. I'm going forward. On top of that, we've got self-worth and expectations. So it may be that you need to put boundaries in place, especially in family or people who are close, or you would feel like the family. You know, maybe there's just that certain point of boundaries, because you're putting out there now what you are worth. Your power is to stop being closed off or guarded. Maybe that is around new people, you know, and resistance. You know, maybe you've found this power, but it's kind of built a bit of a wall around you. So in this energy now, it's kind of being, you're going to be forced to see over that wall. So maybe you need to knock a few bricks down in order to look out there. But it's not to lower your expectations. The outside influence to that is, yeah, avoidance. So yeah, you may be still feeling really strong and empowered, but what are you avoiding? What are you avoiding dealing with? You know, because this Scorpio full moon will throw you into that. Especially with this lunar eclipse, memories, things like that, things will come up, whatever it is that you are trying to avoid. In your hopes and fears, you want to be open to receive, you want to bring the new things in. So I just feel like there's something that you are still guarded about from the past. There's still just something that is creating a bit of a stalemate, and once you've sorted that, it's like boom, going forward, I'm off and I'm gone. because your outcome is your third eye. You receive some kind of clarity. So I feel like information's coming with the Scorpio full moon. It could come from an outside influence, but it could. I feel it's more with the third eye. It's coming from you. You're seeing the bigger picture of things. Why certain things had to happen. It's like, boom, you're going north node. Third eye's wide open. This Scorpio full moon is bringing magic into your life, Taurus. That's the best reading, honestly. But whatever it is you're avoiding dealing with, whilst you're in this self-care mode, get it dealt with. Okay, love you lots. Bye. Hey, my beautiful Aries. So I'm here to do the Scorpio full moon reading for you. These will be short. Tomorrow I'm doing the generals for me. So Scorpio full moon, it's that message of letting go. It's majestic. It's magic. You know, it's about bringing that magic back into your life as well. It's also happening with a lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse encourages us to kind of release anything that we've culminated over time, whether that be emotional baggage, memories, you know, that type of thing. So it is very internalized energy with the Scorpio full moon, because it's the transcendent energy, it's transformation, it's death, and we need death to start new beginnings. You know, it's endings, it's new beginnings. It's also happening in Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde does have that thing about bringing things back from the past, whether it be memories, issues, triggers, people, you know, that type of thing. So really you can use all this as a power to go up against it right now. We've also got Pluto in retrograde, which went retrograde on the 1st of May, and I think it's till the 10th of October. And the message I get with Pluto in retrograde is feel the fear and do it anyway. So whatever it is, wherever the fear is, just do it. Just go and do it. So Aries, so the Scorpio full moon. Action. I like this because it is fiery and it is your energy. So action. This full moon is going to take courage and action. It's for those beginnings. You know, it's to have some kind of luck. With Jupiter being there as well, I feel like it's about luck. It's about you coming back into your fire. So what's challenging you at the moment? We've got twin flames. So I don't like saying twin flames, so I say a sacred union. So there could be unions coming in, or a union that's going on now, and it could be feeling like challenging. Maybe there's action needed to be taken. Maybe someone's not taking as much action as you'd like. It does look like you're looking on love, but are you putting enough action into your own self-love? Why is it coming around now? Very spiritual in the sense of we've got messages in dreams and we've got fulfillments of wishes. So it's like, I kind of want to say, what do you really dream about? Where's your new beginning? You know, what would be your wish? What would be your dream life? Keep a dream journal at the side of you. You know, I do feel like the dreams will be carrying messages, but I also feel like it's about you releasing past things that have held you back from living your dream life, or feeling like your dream, whatever your dream is, whether it's a relationship or, do you know what I mean? Some of my Aries, they could be really yearning for like a soulmate, a twin flame type energy. And again, it's like it takes action. It takes action to do something. To bring in a soulmate, you've got to work on your own energy. So then, you know, you can collide together like that. Collide is probably not the best word. But in the recent past, it's probably already started. You've been going through a release, a purge, a surrendering. And that's really good because that works well with the Scorpio full moon. So you may have already started this, especially like in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. So there could have been tears. You may feel like you're purging. There may have been an illness, a sickness, you know, that type of thing. But it's because your body's releasing. Maybe you're releasing someone who you thought was a twin, a soulmate. At present, they're telling you to... We've got stability, harmony, flow. So it's about working on yourself, because we've got self-love, creating intentions. But creating intentions from self-love. What do you want? What has got to end in your life in order for you to live your dream? I do feel like there could be toxic relationships from the past, that type of thing. I also feel like you're going to have information about someone watching or spying on you. If this is you, like kind of looking back towards an ex and reading things, or going back to the social media and watching, let it go. Really work on letting that go. Try not to do that. You don't need to do that. If that's someone doing it to you, I kind of want to just say, leave them to it. Going forward, see, you're back in your... Oh, I like this. You're back in your fire energy. We've got the Ace of Fire. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It's that fire energy to get that new beginning. It's like I've had enough. You've already started your purge, Aries. You've already started it. So it's like, boom, I'm going through it now. Because with you, there's going to be a lot of growth in summer. So you've already started doing the work. This Scorpio full moon is just going to be like a catapult. And it's just going to throw you through the rest of it, you know. So it may feel like a bit, boom, everything's happening at the moment. So busy, everything's going on. You've got to remember that self-love. Especially if there is a lot of stuff going on, you know, to fulfill your wishes. But you're definitely purging. Definitely purging. Your power is releasing the past. Anywhere you feel like you are lacking or suffering, your power is to go up against yourself. It's to go up against that area in yourself. And that's where that self-love comes in and creating intentions. So, but that's what you're purging. That's what you're releasing. That's what you're surrendering, the past. You know, the suffering. You don't have to live there anymore. The outside influence is apology and forgiveness. You know, so there could be apologies coming in from the past. Maybe you need to apologize for something. Forgiveness, maybe you're trying to learn the art of forgiveness so then you can move forward with the Scorpio energy. That will help you with that. Doesn't mean that you have to go and approach people from the past and forgive them. And some people don't deserve that, but you deserve to forgive them, to cut that cord, that energy, you know, that they've got over you. And I feel like that's what you've already been purging. In your hopes and fears, we have got Mercury. We've got messages, travel and communication. So maybe you're wanting messages, you're wanting some kind of communication, but then again, it could be a fear as well, someone that you don't really want to talk to. Your outcome is returning back to your higher self. Your higher self is being activated, Aries. You're already ahead because you've already started the work before this Scorpio full moon came in. You know, you've already started the work. Your higher self is activating. I feel like you are releasing cords, you are purging, you are forgiving, you know, you're forgiving yourself, you're forgiving people from the past. Very strong reading, Aries. Very, very strong. But I will be back tomorrow to do the May generals. Okay, love you lots. Bye. Hey, my beautiful Pisces. So we're here to do the Scorpio full moon reading. There's a lot of energy going on at the moment. Scorpio full moon, magic, majestic. It's believing in magic again. You know, you'll feel that magic in the air. But it brings an energy of letting go. And usually on an emotional front, things that we've carried. It's also happening with a lunar eclipse, which gives us encouragement to like release things that we've culminated over time. So again, emotional baggage and things like that, memories, that type of thing, things that are built up. It's like, let's just purge it out. This is also happening in Mercury retrograde, and Mercury retrograde does have that energy of bringing things back from the past, whether it be people, situations, memories, triggers, you know, that type of thing. And we've also got Pluto in retrograde. It went into retrograde on the 1st, and I think we come out of it on the 10th of October. Pluto retrograde, I always think, feel the fear and do it anyway. You know, so I'm going to dive straight in. These are going to be small readings, but tomorrow I'll be doing the long ones because I'm working on the May generals. So, Pisces, at present, we've got that Ace of Fire. You want that new beginning. You may have fire in your chart, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Remember, this reading is all about you. But the Ace of Fire is about life changing. It's about, let's make them changes. I want a life change. So you could be feeling really bored at the moment, or you need some fun, you need some fire in your life, you need something exciting in your life. What's challenging that? Unexpected storms. So it may feel like every time you feel like you're getting somewhere, boom, something happens. I kind of want to say divine intervention. Maybe they're stopping it because you're not meant to do it. You know, maybe it just feels like you've had a run of bad luck at the moment. My mum's a Pisces and she ended up breaking her arm in her hand about 2 weeks ago. And that was unexpected. So maybe you are feeling at the moment like everything's crashing down, or there's just everything keeps happening unexpectedly, you know, and it always seems bad. Why is it coming round? It's coming round so that you can let go of the past. They want you to go forward, North Node. You know, your North Node is it's your future, it's your purpose. So maybe you're finding your purpose, especially with that Ace of Wands energy, that Ace of Fire energy. It's about going towards your purpose. So maybe there's been detours. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you lost a relationship. Why? Because spiritually it's been holding you back from where you were supposed to be going. You've got to let go of resentment, let go of anger, let go of feeling like things are just going wrong with you, for you. See? Because in the recent past, we've got divine timing. Things will work out in divine timing for yourself. Because right now you are working on completing cycles. So inside you may be feeling battered and bruised with all this energy, you know. But it's happening because of divine timing. You're being pushed to something. You're being pushed to find your own purpose. So the negative things that have been happening, they've been happening for a reason, Pisces. At present, yeah, you're feeling a bit guarded, you know, not allowing yourself to be vulnerable. But I do feel like inside you are feeling quite vulnerable at the moment. You know, it just feels like everything's against you and you want to feel safe, you want to feel secure. And I feel like Spirit is saying, you know, you will, once these cycles have completed, you'll be able to be your vulnerable self with yourself. But I do feel like you are feeling vulnerable at the moment. You know, it may feel like things are going wrong and, you know, that type of thing. Do not be tempted to go backwards just because someone or some situation in the past, even a past job, was like a safety net, a comfort zone, that type of thing. See through the deception. Do not deceive yourself because you are being forced forward. And if you did go backwards, you're going to get that unexpected storm again. Your power is messages in dreams. So you could be doing a lot of dream work at the moment. So during the day, it feels like your head's quite busy at the moment, Pisces. So you could be doing a lot of dream work. Keep a dream journal. Write down things. Even daydreaming, things that pop into your head. Because they are trying to let you know where your purpose is. They want this new beginning. They want to close out this past cycle where you've been feeling battered and bruised. The outside influence is you, the Ace of Water. It's returning back into your energy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. It's emotions. The outside influence that you're battling with is emotions. And I feel like some of my Pisces aren't feeling right safe at the moment. Like, especially emotionally. See, in your hopes and fears, this is a fear. So we've got the moon, but it's the shadow side. It's the dark night of the soul. So in the past, maybe it has felt like you were going through the dark night of the soul, a period of anxiety, depression. The dark night of the soul it's a necessity in your awakening. We've got to hit rock bottom in order to go upwards. And I feel like maybe you're there or you've already been there and you feel going back to there. Because you're feeling some kind of separation. Maybe you're feeling separated from yourself though. I feel like it's time to, you know, open the windows, get out there, integrate with other people and allow yourself to be vulnerable. And if you need to ask for counselling or you need to reach out or speak to other people, get it done. Because your outcome, we've got epiphany, when I can pick it up with these nails. Epiphany and breakthrough. So it's good. Your outcome is good. You've got a massive breakthrough. There will be an epiphany moment. The epiphany moment sets you free. And I do feel like you will be being set free from external parties. Look at their faces. It don't look like they're happy for you. You know, it's that type of thing. I do feel like you've been hurt by other people in the past. And that's the memories. And that may be why you're feeling guarded and like scared of showing any vulnerability at the moment. The breakthrough, the epiphany is like you just see through the bullshit. You're freeing yourself from it. Very powerful, Pisces. So I'll be seeing you soon for your May generals. Okay, bye. Hey, my beautiful Aquariuses. So race to the Scorpio full moon reading. A lot of energy going on at the minute. It's a bit crazy energy. Maybe you will be feeling it. Pluto's gone retrograde in Aquarius. So we've got the Scorpio full moon, which is all about letting go. It's believing in magic again. It's allowing the magic of the universe to give you that power to let go of things and release things. It's also happening on a lunar eclipse. And the lunar eclipse encourages us to let go of things that we've culminated over time, whether it be disrespect for ourselves, emotional baggage, you know, that whatever resentment, whatever we're holding within, it's encouraging us to release that. So you've got very like strong energies there about releasing and endings and, you know, letting go. It's happening in Mercury retrograde as well. And Mercury retrograde does have that energy of bringing things back from the past, whether it be people, memories, situations, triggers, that type of thing. And we've got that Pluto retrograde, which it went retrograde on the 1st of May. I think we come out of it on the 10th of October. But with the Pluto retrograde, the word that I always get with that is feel the fear and do it anyway. So I'm going to jump straight in, Aquarius. I want to get these out so I can do the May generals. Yeah, Aquarius, at the moment, we're feeling very closed off, very guarded, you may be feeling a resistance in the air, or you're feeling resistant to kind of do the work. You know, it's like he's got shades on in that. It's like he don't want to see something. The challenge is the sun. It's to get back into your own strength. It's to get back into your own empowerment. You've got to bring yourself out of the dark and back into the light. Some of my Aquarius are spending too much time inside. I'm getting vampire energy then. Maybe you've got emotional vampires around you. Why is it coming round now? Because at present, you've got to see life. What are you grateful for? You know, living in that present moment. So you could be feeling like you're going through a rough time at the moment, Aquarius, you know, but being present in the moment brings abundance. So it's like getting up every morning and just tell the world 3 things that you're grateful for in life. Go to bed at night and tell the world, tell the universe 3 things that you're grateful for from that day, whether it's walking past the street and someone smiling at you. You know, you're grateful that that person took time out just to make eye contact and smile. So they're asking you to bring yourself into that present moment and to stop being closed off. I feel like you are going to be kind of forced out anyway, to be honest. In the recent past, we've got apology and forgiveness, but I do feel like that's what you've been holding on to. I feel like it's an apology that hasn't come through. Sometimes we've got to accept the fact that we're not going to get an apology. You know, sometimes we've got to forgive people without actually going and seeing that situation or seeing that person, because some people don't deserve to be forgiven in that way, but you deserve to be released from it. So there's been a lot of like hand on the head moments, you know, where you've been deep in thought because of the past. At present, right now, you've got fate intervening. So we've got detours and divine intervention. So if it does feel like lightning's hit and boom, everything's happening, it's happening for a reason, because you're supposed to be changing course. We've got new directions, but it's your choice where you go. There's a reason she's wearing a yellow mac. Yellow is the solar plexus, and that's about making our own decisions. We get out of this and we use this. You've been too much here. Now it's about where do you want to go? In this present moment right now, it's about letting go and seeing the past, anything that's gone wrong or things that, you know, where you had to detour from. It's happened for a reason. The divine intervened for that because your path is opening up to something new. So you have got very closed off energy. Going forward, we do have messages in dreams. So it does feel like there's going to be a lot of dream work going on in the next couple of weeks. Keep a journal at the side. If your head's so busy, you know, if you sat there a lot and you're thinking a lot, you know, spirit can't get to you. The universe can't get to you with the messages. So they will get to you in dreams. Write your dreams down. Look for the meanings. Try and translate what they're trying to tell you. There is messages coming in. Your power is distance. Your power is to create distance, especially from past situations where you felt like closed off and guarded, or where if people have made you feel that way. If you're around situations or people that are making you feel like you have to be on guard all the time, you've got to retreat. You've got to put some kind of distance between that. Your power is to retreat. I feel like it's to retreat into yourself to get that empowerment back. The outside influence, yeah, healing the inner child. So it's about retreating and going back to your inner child. It's about doing that work. It's about being the adult that your child, your inner child needs. I feel like you need to bring some magic back into your life, Aquarius, around this Scorpio full moon. Go and watch a film, one of your favourite films when you were a child. You know, that type of thing. Bring it back in positive nostalgia. Tell that inner child inside, you know, I love you and I'm going to look after you. And, you know, you don't have to feel unsafe. And, you know, it's that inner child work. Your hope is the Ace of Earth. You just want to feel grounded and safe, whether it be financial, whether it be, but I feel it's more emotional. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy there. It's earthy, very grounded. Maybe go walking barefoot. Your outcome is Mercury. So we are in Mercury retrograde. We've got messages, travel, communication. There is going to be communication, but I feel like it's from spirit. I feel like it's happening in Mercury. We've got some kind of separation. So there's messages about separation, and your power was to distance yourself. So maybe you're saying to someone or a situation, look, I need some time out for myself and I need to work through this myself. Best scenario, because you do need to do the inner work and you've got to let go. There's a situation here that's dragging you down and it's stopping you from going forward. towards empowerment. And that's why the divine are intervening and saying, look, we need some time apart here, or I need some time off work, or, you know, I need to retreat a little bit and I need to work on me and my inner child. That's what the Scorpio full moon is coming in for you. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll be back this weekend with the May generals. Okay, bye. Hey, my beautiful Cappies. So we're here for the Scorpio full moon. Very majestic, very magical. You know, the Scorpio full moon, it's the Scorpio is the death card. It's the ending, you know, and it has this energy of letting go. It's happening with a lunar eclipse, which is also emphasizing and encouraging us to let go and release anything that we've been culminating over time, whether it be emotional baggage, issues with our own self-worth, that type of things that we've been carrying on our shoulders for too long. We've culminated too much energy. It's time to rebirth. It's time to let go. It's happening in Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde does have that energy of bringing things back from the past, whether it be people, memories, situations, you know, that triggers, that type of thing. Best time for them to come back, because it's bringing, you can use that Scorpio energy right now to release. And we're also in Pluto retrograde. It went retrograde on the 1st of May and it'll be there till the 10th of October. What I get from Pluto in retrograde is feel the fear and do it anyway. So maybe boundaries as well is an energy. So for my Capricorns, yeah, triggers. So we've got disharmony, we've got triggers, and we've got conflict. So there could be some kind of internalized conflict, or it could be external conflict. Mercury retrograde, bringing situations back from the past. So there's some kind of like conflicting energy. It's creating disharmony. It's also bringing triggers back up. So what's crossing that energy? The Devil card, which is your energy. So maybe you're being your own challenge at the moment, which is perfect in Scorpio full moon because you're dealing with yourself. The challenge is, though, the triggers could be some kind of deception, lies, that type of thing. Also temptations. The challenge is to not be tempted back to things that have caused disharmony in the past, or conflict, or, you know, that type of energy. So you're kind of going up against yourself, Capricorn. Why is it coming around now? Yeah, the past. Because in the past there's been suffering. There's been a sense of loneliness and lack, something that you're missing out on, something. And again, that's why I want to emphasize, do not be tempted to go back to the past just because in the past there was still suffering. So why would you go back to a place where that caused suffering? Yeah, in the past we've got reflection and projection. So you could have been around people that were projecting their issues onto you. Maybe you were doing that onto others. You know, it's the Scorpio full moon. It's time to look at that inner work. You know, kind of projecting fears as well. And a lot of confusion. You know, you were wearing the rose-tinted glasses. There was a lot of illusions, a lot of, you know, confusion, a lot of lies. There's definitely a lot of deception and triggers going on. And it's bringing it back up now for a reason. Why? Because you're going through that rebirth. It's also winter energy there. So it could have happened with the winter just gone, or this could be a culmination that you're going to go through rebirth is like a winter. We've got it asses over and then it falls out. You know, so you're definitely going through rebirth. Just don't go back to the past. Going forward, we have the Ace of Water. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. The Ace of Water is getting on top of your emotions. It's your cup runneth over. It's being happy. It's having things to celebrate. Also on top of that, it's a new beginning. So we've got action. Action takes courage. It's about being courageous now, Capricorn, and going forward and finally cutting the ties that have been binding you to the past. It's almost like you've got bungee cords just pulling you back to past triggers or past people. And that's because of something that you were feeling you were lacking on the inside. So I'm quite surprised that self-worth hasn't come out here, because that's what I'm kind of seeing in all this. Your power is to separate, especially from longing. I feel like you've separated from yourself. Your power is to kind of separate them bungee cords and kind of come back into yourself. I feel like you're longing for something and you've been kind of putting up with less than you deserve in life, whether it be career or whatever. the outside influence to that is releasing. So it's surrendering, it's purging. So, you know, there may be a lot of tears. You are going to be releasing. There may be sickness, there may be health issues, you may get a cold, you know, that type of thing. It can come out physically, it could come out emotionally. You are going to be going through a big purge because you are going through a rebirth. It's big. I'm not going to laugh at you, do you know what I mean? It could be a rough week or so, but it's happening for a reason. It's happening for your higher good. Yeah. See, there it is. Self-love, intentions, creation. So it's about you creating what you want, setting your intentions for yourself and caring for yourself, rather than sitting there and I'm lonely and I'm lacking something. It's to go out there and manifest what you want, because you're going to be growing something in summer. There's a massive rebirth energy for you over this, especially the Pluto retrograde, I feel. Yeah, there's something to do with self-love and growth, because your outcome is family, home and commitments. You know, it's like you're ready for a true commitment. I feel toxic relationships all over this. I know it's, you know, it is a moon reading, but I feel like you're getting rid of toxic relationships or toxic patterns, cycles that you've been going through, and your outcome is what you want. It's brand new beginnings. It's commitments. Maybe you've been with people in the past that have been deceptive and, you know, kind of pulled the wool over your eyes with the rose-tinted glasses. You've wanted to see things differently, you know. The rose-tinted glasses are off and you're seeing it for what it is. So I hope that helps. Okay. Bye. Last but certainly not least, my beautiful Sagittariuses. So we are doing the Scorpio full moon reading. Tomorrow I'll be starting the May generals, so they'll be longer. These are going to be a shorter reading, but obviously the May generals are longer readings and they'll be extended. So Scorpio full moon. It is majestic, it's magical, it's transitional, it's transformational, you know, it's letting go. It's letting go so you can rebirth, so you can go forward. It's also happening with the lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse encourages us to let go of things that we've culminated over time, whether that be issues with ourselves, the emotional baggage that we've been carrying for so long, memories, triggers, you know, it's the things that have built up over time. It's also happening in Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde as that energy of bringing things back from the past, whether it be triggers, situations, people, you know, always be careful of people coming back from in Mercury retrograde. And we've got Pluto in retrograde as well, which went into retrograde on the 1st of May, and we come out on the 10th of October. And with Pluto in retrograde, I always get the words, feel the fear, but do it anyway. So I'm going to dive straight in for my Saggies. And we're starting off with the Earth of Fire, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, but we've also got an unexpected storm. So something unexpected could have happened. It could have been a breakup, it could have been a loss of a job, there could have been some kind of tower moment going on, some kind of breakdown, something unexpected, a shock, a surprise, you know, that type of thing. And it feels like it's been for you. So it don't feel like you're going through an easy time, Sag. But your challenge is that renewal. It's to get back your spark. So I would say that this has happened for a reason. You know, you've hit like the curb for a reason. It's so that you can go through this renewal. The challenge is, I kind of want to say stop trying to renew something, maybe from the past. Why is it coming around now? Because there's a need to remember who you are. There's a need to awaken to the things that are going on around you. The universe is saying, remember. Remember what you set out to be. Remember who you are. So it does look like something's happened and it's kind of like, boom, put you back there. Recent past, we do have reunion. We have soul ties. So they could have, Mercury retrograde as well, it could have brought some kind of situation back from the past, some sort of reunion, whether it's family reunion or people or, you know, take it as it maybe it were unexpected, but it wasn't one that you were wanting, you know. At present, we've got forming structure and solid foundations for yourself. And it's building up, you know, but those take patience. And I feel like you're being asked to take patience, you know, have patience in forming that solid structure. Don't be too quick to jump into things. Going forward though, we do have the sun and strength and empowerment. So it's about empowering yourself. Through unexpected storms, we learn lessons. Through shocks, we learn lessons. And if we don't learn the lesson, we're going to keep going through those certain shocks. We're going to keep getting the same lesson in a different gift wrap, you know, that type of thing. And I feel like this is about letting go of that. And maybe there's been a feeling of not feeling like safe and secure in the past, and now it's about you forming solid foundations for yourself and not having to rely on anybody else. Your power is your third eye. It's to see things for what it really is. It's to see the bigger picture of things, why certain things have had to happen. It's to see the truth of situations, especially when you're looking deep into yourself. The outside influence to that is isolating your own thoughts. I feel like you're almost like a Gemini energy at the moment. It's like there's two of you. On the outside, you've got this, I've got everything together, and on the inside, all your thoughts are so isolated. You know, it's time to integrate yourself, you know, and kind of deal with what's going on. In your hopes and fears, so we do have ego. Maybe you're going up against your own ego as well. Ego does try and keep us safe, but it also puts out that energy of, I want people to think I'm strong. You know, we have got vanity and pride, you know, that type of thing. And I feel like that's what your challenge is going to be, especially with Pluto in retrograde, because straight on top of that, you've got Pluto bringing in some kind of transformation. If you are one of them people who always wears a brave face and nothing goes wrong for me, but on the inside you are actually breaking that unexpected storm, don't be surprised if there is an unexpected breakdown within yourself. You just sit there and you can't keep that face on anymore. It's a facade. It's like it's got to go. That's what you've got to let go of. Because your third eye is it's opening because it loves you. Your outcome is, I feel like you're going to have to deal with them thoughts. We've got the moon, we've got shadow side, and we've got the dark night. So it may feel like you're going through the dark night of the soul right now on the inside. It's a spiritual period of desolation that is a necessity in your awakening to remember who you are. So yeah, it can feel depressive. It can feel, you know, like you're hitting rock bottom, that type of thing. But within that dark night of the soul comes freedom, a leap of faith, new opportunities. So it's needed. You have to go through this now, Sag. You've got to deal with it in order to free yourself from the past and be who you're truly meant to be. And this Scorpio full moon is giving you that energy to release yourself from that. So it's a very, very strong reading. So I'll leave you with lots and lots of love. Bye.